through the breach prison. We are. It's kind of like a hybrid. Well, I shouldn't say hybrid exactly, but it's kind of an evolution of the pull from Eternity Goryo's Ulamog Emrakul deck we played the other week. I thought that build was pretty cool. But what that deck was doing really well was I just kind of loved being on the draw with 4 Gemstone Caverns and 4 Serum Powder. Like, your draws were just, like, weirdly good. And also, Serum Powder, like, weirdly does ramp you into your 5 mana through the breach in this deck, too, and in that deck, too. And to some extent, a lot of people have talked about Ugin's Labyrinth with turn 1 Chalice, turn 2 Blood Moon, and that has not really been a deck that's emerged, and this is that deck. So we are going to, again, choose to be on the draw with our 4 Gemstone Caverns, which just felt like when we're playing the other deck, it felt way better than I expected it to be. Okay, it's a turn 2 ring, so going to keep that. Then we'll bottom. So I guess it's only a turn 2 ring if I draw another untapped land. Lush Portico, Graveyard Collected Company. I'll accept turn 2 moon, turn 3 ring. Image is so rough in a Galvanic Discharge world. Funny enough, it's actually kind of good against Discharge, right? Where they don't get any energy left over. Kind of compare that to other compare that to other things you discharge where there's like energy left over. I actually don't even agree. Is Kozilek's Return better than the 4th Pyroclasm? Being 2 mana really matters a lot in a deck with a lot of 3 drops. Which is why we're playing it. It's like just really good on the curve. Okay, so they put Gigantha into their hand, which can unlock them under this Moon Sum. We got, a lot of looks at an Eldrazi. Although Ulamog would only have Annihilator 2 here. A little while since I've cast a Shatterskull Smashing. Alright, Pyroclasm probably pretty good against the Samwise combo deck. I do think the Blood Moons will... Hello, can I have my cards? I do think the Blood Moons will be worse on the draw. I don't want 0. Let's probably play 2. I don't think I love Chalice. It's not bad. 2 seems okay. Surgical can be fine against Sam combo, but if they just have a an extra food in play, it doesn't get the cat, so maybe we don't want to play it. This looks fine. Could play some Rending Volleys too. Maybe I'll go like minus a Fable, minus a Mind Stone, and play 2 Rending Volleys. What if it's a Yigra Cauldron Familiar deck too? I mean, Yigra is like, it's 5 mana, right? I feel like it's hard to imagine people are really trying to play that card in Modern, Alright, hand's a little slow. Let's go ahead and go to 6. My opponent is also on 6. Let's keep this one. I'm going to put back the Mind Stone, because I'm going to go probably Chalice on turn 2. Maybe Pyroclasm into Fable. Cena Sam was running Yigra for Birthing Ritual. Wait, how do they get like 4 into 5? Like, what 4s are they playing to Birthing Ritual to Yigra? Maybe I'm like misremembering which card Yigra is. Oh no, opponent. I'm sorry for this match. I apologize. Sorry about that. My bad. Yeah, maybe don't play Dryad Arbor next time. Guess they have Coco up. Maybe we're gonna lose after Talking a very healthy amount of shit. I guess I'm just gonna go Chalice in one and second Fable here. Although it's kind of awkward with the Pyroclasm in my hand, maybe I'll just Shatterskull smashing. No collected company. No, they also didn't. They also didn't even make food with their goose. And then they main phase collected company. Weird. Huh. Wow. Misclick yield. Excuse me. Sorry. What does that mean? So I guess I could go Pyroclasm and then Shatterskull smashing for 2. If X is 6 or more, deals twice. So I can make X equals 4. So I guess I just discard 1. Yeah, I can't let them untap with 2 manufactors. This Pyroclasm doesn't feel as good as the first one. What the heck? We're gonna lose this one? Might lose this one. Why not Shatterskull for 3? Well, that leaves them with the Manufactor alive. Maybe that was a better play, but the reason why not to is they get to keep a Manufactor. Not a bad top deck. Manufacturer's a pretty scary card to let them have. Here they get to return 1. They return another Manufactor. Dingo's playing a similar deck last night. Looks pretty cool. Is this infinite? I mean, the Chalice on 1... Oh, with double Sam, it's infinite. Or, effectively... Dude, I cannot believe we went... we got a 3-for-1 off Pyroclasm on turn 2 and then lost this fast. I'm gonna run it back. I'm gonna click submit. Yeah, Warden Manufacturer Cat. So that is, you don't have 2 cabins. 2 cabins dicey. Yeah. Maybe they could cut the Dryad Arbor for 1. Hard to say. So I could go turn 2 Serum Powder, turn 3 Ring. I'll just Powder. Okay, then keep this. Just checking what mana value I had for Ulamog. Couldn't remember. One land birthing ritual hand, huh? Let's wait on the Pyroclasm, I guess. Weird game. You know what a funny draw would be is Serum Powder. Although because it's like we would want to play it to through the breach the following turn, but they have the Haywire Might to kill it. Set you back a bit. Land number 2 is not ideal. We do just have to live like 2 more turns. And that is ideal, of course, with my Rending Volley. I'm going to kill this before they turn it into something we can't Rending Volley with the Birthing Ritual. Although they do have the Familiar. Okay, Bowmasters is fine. Would not exactly call this Mindstone right on time. I'm going to go and play this Valakut Awakening so that if they like Haywire Might the Mindstone, we can still through the Breach next turn. Or I guess collect. That is like Haywire Mighting the Mindstone. Weird game. Gonna be a lot of weird games with this deck, I guess. Sack the Orc Army to get a Goose. I get to Annihilate or 10 them. It doesn't look like they have 10 permanents, so this will probably be a good play. You can keep playing at 2 life if you want. Although I have this Den of the Bugbear. Makes things tougher. Why not sack in response? They have a Bowmaster in play. Kind of largely what the Dins are for, to finish off some opponents in games like this. Alright, gonna keep this. What was next up to counters? We had Serum Powder to wait Ulamog earlier. Turn 1 Saga. Could be a few different things, of course. Yeah, like Consign out of Goryo's like stopping the Undying, or I guess Undying doesn't matter. Like stopping Grief ETB doesn't matter that much. It's like you mostly want them for like Solitude ETB. I guess stopping Atraxa trigger is good actually if they're digging for the Ephemerate. I'm not sure. I'm gonna play a Ring here, I think. See if we get turn 3'd by Nadu. Stopping Atraxa ETB doesn't matter much. I mean, it wins the game, or like it's super good against them if they don't already have Ephemerate in their hand, right? It's like incredibly good in those games. Well, if they just don't hit a land in 4 looks, we could win here. Not quite that lucky, I guess. So if they miss, they have to hit 3 non-lands in a row, basically, for us to have a chance. Game 2. Shout out Nadu. What a deck. Love that we're not emergency banning anything anymore. So I think I'm going to cut all or most of my Fables. I'm going to play 3 Chalices, 3 Pyroclasm, 3 Rending Volley. Maybe 3 is kind of a lot. Just play 2. I'd like to see them combo. You're probably alone. Probably the only one here who wants to sit and watch them combo. But thank you for the feedback. So we could keep this in turn 2 Valakut Awakening. I think I'll just mulligan. And then could keep this. I think we should powder probably, and then put Gemstone Caverns or Ugin's Lab or Through the Breach. Probably put Through the Breach back in. That card is maybe the most important one. And let's keep this one with the intention to. It's a bit awkward. I guess we'll just pitch the Valakut Awakening. And I think probably want to prioritize turn 2 Blood Moon over over the Chalice, but yeah, hoping to draw land so we can do this. So any draw on Shukos are stuck. Love for them to play an Urza Saga, I guess. Interesting draw. I mean, I'll kill the halfling. Would have been nice to have stranded the Nadu in the hand earlier. It is what it is. So our opponent's going to court for 1 here. So I guess I want to Rending Volley the Nadu in response to that. Into the Chalice, but thankfully Volley can't be countered. It's a combo. They grab a Haywire Mite, so they can get rid of the Moon or the Chalice, but not both. They choose the Chalice, so maybe they'll play a Shuko off the Boseiju. But might be tough for them to get the blue mana for Nadu with this Blood Moon in play. They boldly equip the Shuko onto the Wall of Roots. I'm not going to sack the Mind Stone. If I draw through the Breach, next turn I won't have wanted to sack it. If I draw Ring, I won't have wanted to sack it. Another one. There's the blue mana, so we're going to need to draw like Pyroclasm right now. That is like Pyroclasm. Effectively the same. But they have another Court of Calling. Alright, Nadu's still broken. 1-1 against it today at least. 3 more weeks of winter. Sounds pretty juicy. I believe in our top decks here. How did Bant Prayers do? We are 11-4 overall with Bant Prayers. It is a deck I am liking a lot, and I would recommend. I remember reading it's impossible to fix. Yeah, it's I have a hard time imagining it's like an easy fix at the very least. All right, let's draw a ring. I would take a Fable though. Oh, okay. Well, the good news is this is about as I won't call it a buy, but it's nice to have 4 Emrakuls in your deck against Mill game 1. Getting a Chalice down to stop them from surgically on Emrakuls is gonna be a priority. We could like Labyrinth and Emrakul or Shatterskull those Heejin crab. We don't care about the crab so much, and we don't really want to play into this Field of Ruin, I guess. Nobody draw steps surgical anymore. Does Extirpate bypass Chalice? Chalice does counter Extirpate, because what Split Second says is that you can't respond to it on the stack, but triggered abilities still will go on the stack. Well, that was a good draw. I mean, I did pitch an Emrakul to the Gemstone Caverns, so they should know it was there. So going for a Chalice or through the Breach mostly. They're stopping on my draw step. It's kind of interesting. Probably don't need to read too much into that. I'm going to do like this if I draw through the Breach, I can kill them right now. Did not, but I am super happy to just draw on a Chalice and say no surgicals for you this game, which is going to make it very, very tough for them to win. I could imprint this and then maybe cast Ulamog, so this would be... Oh, sorry, they have the Field of Ruin, never mind. Fable tokens go burr, at least. You can still activate mana abilities a split second. Pauper Goblins use it to combo and protect their combo because you'll need one CMC set combo. Oh, yeah, that is a good point. I remember that was somewhat relevant with KCI against Crossing Grip. I've tried to like mentally repress all the dumb KCI knowledge I have. It's just taking up too much space in my brain. Canned Man with the 33 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Maybe they'll Field of Ruin my den here. Every deck should main deck 4 Emrakul to combat the mill menace. You're gonna forget how to make a tuna salad, but remember 50 scrap treller lines? Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to think of a funny thing to say in chat after to complement their Tasha's hideous laughter. They fail to find something funny. Alright, so we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 possible mana this turn. Not quite enough to Ulamog. Second Fable will get us there soon. We go with the Gemstone Caverns instead of the Den. So definitely wrong. Not the biggest deal. I think I have other colors in my deck, but if I did, I also have these treasures. I mean, yeah, game 1, like, you probably should just be conceding to Chalice plus like an Emrakul in the deck. I'm gonna bring in these Rending Volleys. Blood Moon is really not that good against them. They play a lot of basics. I'll probably play 1 or 2. Kind of don't know if I want these Serum Powders. Making my library smaller is kind of yikers, so maybe I'll just play the Trinispheres instead. Trinisphere's kind of good against them. Maybe I'll play 3 Trinispheres, 2 Blood Moon. I kind of like the sound of that. At the very least, like turning off like Field of Ruins and the cast a spell for free land seems good enough. Is this a deck that wants to go second every time? What's the math? The math is we have 4 Gemstone Caverns. That's the math. And I don't know. It's been feeling pretty good to just be like, I'm on the draw every single game. I have 4 Gemstone Caverns. Because it's like, you know, you're going to lose some die rolls. And then it's like, oh, I've lost a die roll. I sure am happy I have 4 Gemstone Caverns. And then, you know, you just choose to be on the draw. It is weird, but it's been feeling good. Kind of hard to articulate. Okay, they can see the match. Because it's like, the white cards are like I mean, Ephemerate is good. Okay, let's look at this. Powder this one. That's all my powders. But like the other white cards are just kind of not it. Like Solitude's kind of mid. Phantom is like not super duper main deckable. Oh, I'm gonna keep this one. Need to draw land or mana rock. So hopefully this is turn 2 ring, turn 3 through the breach. We'll see what they can do to stop me. Yeah, Pest Control does seem like a really good sideboard card, I agree. I mean, I'm not sure what they... I guess they can go Karn for Ensnaring Bridge. That would be bad. Hopefully they just play their own ring. Shout out play patterns. Well, I guess Karn also shuts off my Mind Stone, so... Yeah, maybe I'm just screwed. Is Pest Control main deckable? It cycles and pitches to both elementals. It's like probably close to main deckable. I do like it. They get Stone Brain here, so I guess I'm screwed. Maybe it's a Defiler. Yeah, I don't know. You could play this build if you feel like Tron is really popular, I think, but it's also just so awkward to have White Orchid Phantom and Necro in the same deck, and you don't get to play Ring for like redundancy to Necro. It's just tough. All right, let's go to game 2. Fast matches with this one today. I think we are also just gonna run back to bolt in the smashing and play Chalice on 2 for the coding. Yeah, I don't know. Seems like a losing line. Yeah, I guess I just don't know if I have anything else for you. If you want to play Orzhov, I recommend the Black White Nightmare deck. I do think that build is pretty good. Okay, I don't love the powder away too through the breaches, but I'm going to. Okay, I can't really mulligan this. I might be completely oblivious, but the moment we got 2 lands in play, with either being on the play, we'll be left with 6 cards in hand, and on the draw with 5 cards, our opponent draw 1 less, so isn't it like we just reduce both player resources by 1 or to miss something? I think the big thing you're missing is that we don't always get to be on the play. The biggest thing you're missing is the advantage is when our opponents choose to be on the play, we still have 4 Gemstone Caverns in our deck, so we get to complement those games by just naturally. We should do this turn 1 because we could draw another Eldrazi to turn 2, to turn 2 ring. Yeah, I believe that's what you're missing is the games that we are on the draw. So we did get to turn 2 ring. Maybe get to turn 3 breach. I don't think I've double Ugin's Labbed into ring very often. This is maybe the second time I've gotten to do this. Okay. 7 mana 6/6, not the best thing to play off of Tron. What an elegant game. Turn 2 ring off double Ugin's Lab. Through the breach, Annihilator 15. So we wouldn't proactively choose to be second. No, you should still proactively choose to be second, Rast, because you still have 4 Gemstone Caverns in your deck. Like if you have 4 Gemstone Caverns in your deck, you do not want to be on the play in any game. But because we have 4, we get to like kind of be on the play every game. If you could think about it that way. But you get an extra card. It's not nothing. Actually matters a lot with all the pitching you're doing and mulliganing. Powder. What do we want to put on the bottom? Probably keep that one in the deck. So keep this on 6. Caverns, exile, Emrakul, so Ulamogs are better. Then we have turn 2 Blood Moon. Turn 3 Fable. Puts on the multi 5. Oh my gosh, sorry. I probably should have just pitched the Caverns. I don't know why I was just kind of glazed over that. I guess now we can loot it away to Fable. Thank you, Pinnacle Monk. We love you. No, don't turn 2 Thought on Seer me. Brutal, dude. What do you do when you're playing the mirror? Well, I've never played the mirror. I don't know. You might trim some caverns. I think I'd be more likely to cast Smashing than Pinnacle Monk this game. They only have 1 card in their hand. Interesting attack. Kind of implies that they have another Thought-Knot Seer. Right, that's pretty dang good. Alright, turn these into real cards, thankfully. Probably have to double block. Real's a forest, so Could have Myco Spawn as their last card. What do they get here, though? Guess that makes sense. Pretty close to, yeah, just going to set up for All Is Dust. So I guess it's kind of weird, but I guess I just attack with both. I need to attack with one to get the treasure token, but because they have this All Is Dust, I don't think they're really doing enough. Oh, and they also just played around like smashing instead, so that's good for me. Now we just need to find an Eldrazi. I think we have an Emrakul in exile too, right? Yeah, so Ulamog is Annihilator 15. They do put the All Is Dust in their hand, which means they drew a land for turn, so they're going to go ahead and kill these 3 permanents. And then I'm going down to 12, then I take 11. Maybe I could chump with Din of the Bugbear if I don't draw anything. Also, Emrakul is kind of need to draw Ulamog. So the big problem now is I'm like forced to chump block with the Din, and then I have to draw like Ugin's Lab plus Eldrazi, or I could just draw another ring. They drew Tron, so I'm down to 3. There's the Ulamog. Kind of a turn too late, so we're looking for Labyrinth, Eldrazi, or just a ring. We found the ring. We didn't find another land. So what's the play? Do I Labyrinth into ring? Or do I just try to... I guess it's better for me to Legend Rule Caverns and just try to find another Eldrazi. Labyrinth ring, next turn we Legend Rule Gemstone. The problem is we'll still be a mana short. Oh, I'm so dumb. Sorry. I don't know why I'm just like locked in on imprinting this Ulamog ring. I'm like locked in on imprinting the Ulamog terrain. So, gotta dodge a few cards, but most of their top decks don't get them out of this. I don't know what's wrong with me. Uh-oh. Good top deck. Yeah, they left the forest up so another Myco Spawn gets them out of this. It's been a really cool game. They do still have to have, like, Karn or Myco Spawn in the top 7, which is not... okay, they kept 4 on the top. Okay, they kept 4 on the top. Hopefully they just ring. That's never happening, I guess. Maybe they'll, like, Phyrexian Metamorph my ring. No, they get the Ensnaring Bridge. Tough. Also, to the chatter who's wondering about the Gemstone stuff or trying to figure it out, one big thing is that Gemstone helps us exile our Emrakul, so our Ulamog can Annihilator 15 a bit better. Mindstone is just a brain. Just notice that. Okay, I'm gonna discard these 2. How many instances should you be playing to never whiff on Augur? Well, to never whiff, you need like 54 or something like that. I don't know. It just you can if you go exclamation point calc, you can get the hypergeometric calculator out, and you want to be like in the 89 to 90% range. I think that's like a good range to be in. I think. Is turn 2 Route... No, turn 2 Route Master is garbage. It is not something you should be trying to do in Modern. There's just way too many lightning bolts. Couldn't Layla be good in the shell? No, Layla's not a playable card. It's also really bad to hit like Emrakuls and stuff. I wish Layla was good. I played more Layla than she really deserved. She was like pretty immediately not performing. They probably don't have Ring if they're playing Snapcaster, but you never know. Do you miss your second line job? Well, there's a good chance I want to channel. Okay, they are playing Ring. I also I think I'm going to Valakut Awakening these away. Come on, through the breach. No. Ring or through the breach. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, not quite hardcast Ulamog territory. Yeah, weird to have Snapcaster and the Ring. Ever building a deck with the new blue Reclamation? I did not. That card is like, it's like a Reclamation that costs 6, but also cantrips every turn, and it's templated very confusingly. Not really a card I like that much, to be honest. I guess it was a little silly to put that back into my hand, because it's not like I'll need a third Emrakul or a second Emrakul, and they're probably just going to counter this. Thoughts on Forked Bolt in this energy meta? I would play Fire Ice over Forked Bolt almost definitely. I do think Fire Ice is good. I've been playing a good amount of it. Oh, sorry, I need to play around Wrath the Skies by being able to sack this. Let's go to game 2. Yeah, Arc Trail might actually be better. I don't think we need to sideboard too much. I guess these chalices are kind of just not good. Honestly, Surgical Flage, it can be really hard for them to win. Can Surgical Counterspell too. Let's go for it, that'd be fun. Yeah, it's been a super fast league. The fact that you can't respond to the untap of floating mana is really bad for that card compared to Reclamation. Yeah. If there ever becomes a card that can cheat auras into play, that card becomes like really good. But as far as I know, there's nothing that does. No Gigantha. We're playing Shatterskull Smashing and Pinnacle Monk, which I think are pretty good. If you got rid of them, you could play Gigantha, which is maybe worth. But I really think these smashings are like very important for like being able to go like lock piece against Boros, then stabilize with the smashing. This is a really fun hand. Let's keep. Aura Swap. How does Aura Swap work? Have I tried or going to try the Cool Claw? We played Cool Claw earlier today. We went 3-0 into 3-3. I like the deck. I would play it again. But I just wanted to make sure we had time for this one. Although I kind of regret not playing more Cool Claw because this league ended up being really fast. Yeah, I got the Cool Claw list in the Mox field, like always. I think I'm going to Valakut Awakening here. Get rid of some of these Surgicals, maybe. Not play into the counterspell. Also, they might tap out for the ring, and then I get to maybe slam Blood Moon. Rude. But maybe I still get to resolve this Blood Moon. We can find some surgicals later. I have nothing in exile. It's actually pretty bad for this Ulamog. Would Storm Herald not do that? Storm Herald. So we're talking about the 6 mana aura that enchants you. It's like the Wilderness Wreck. I can't remember the name of the card, but it is different from Storm Herald. Doesn't work with it. You put the Surge on bottom. I don't think you have shuffle effects. Awakening again, but that's true. Maybe I should have kept one. Kind of funny if they force this and all of a sudden my Ulamog has Annihilator 3 if I draw a land. Okay, so land, I can 10 damage, Annihilator 3. The Annihilator 3 I guess won't matter too much. It might force them to sack the ring. Maybe not. That's awesome, Simon. Yeah, I love that Brew classification deck. Okay. Very fun deck. Very fun deck. Maybe classic prison vibes. I think we'll save the Jeskai Phantasmal image for tomorrow because my eyes are really bothering me. I need to...